Want to bring in Ted Williams, former homicide detective, Fox News contributor. Ted, how you doing? Good day to you. I'm looking at a note here where you say, in all caps, insanity, just sheer insanity. What's insane, Ted?
Yeah, well, it's insane that the state of North Carolina has not moved earlier on before a judge, Bill, to get this video released. There is a compelling public interest that this video should be released to the public, and it should be released right away, I believe. And the reason behind that and the insanity of it is, if you don't release this, the public is left to wonder if you're hiding something. And so it is significant and important that this video be released right away, or all of the video should be played.
So the judge has some options here, right? He doesn't have to make a decision today. He could. What else could he do?
Well, the judge could hold in his decision and make it down the road, and he could decide that the family can see all of the video. He could decide that the public has an interest in this and that they can see the entire video, or he could decide that it may prejudice an investigation in this case of Andrew Brown and not permit the release of that video, Bill.
Okay, we'll see what he decides. FBI statement, they're involved, right? Here we get agents will work closely with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of North Carolina and the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice to determine whether or not federal laws were violated. As I understand the case, Ted, police suspected him of selling drugs, and they went to his house. And I don't know if he got in the car, he was in the car at the time, but he was hit 4 times in his right arm trying to drive away when he was hit with 1 bullet in the back of the head. Is that the understanding you have, Ted?
That is the understanding that we have gotten from the family. And I just believe that we need to reserve because there is the rest of the story. Now, some of this we do know, that the deputies did in fact go there because they had an arrest warrant and a search warrant, and that he did try to flee in some form, shape, or fashion. And he was in fact shot dead. We know those things. But the question that begs for an answer is, did he at any time use that car as a weapon? Because if the car was used as a weapon, let's say perhaps to even run over or hit these deputies, or they could take deadly or use deadly force. So there are a lot of questions. We've gotten the family side of it, but we now need, Bill, I believe, the rest of the story, and we don't have that at this stage.
Understood. Ted, nice to get your reaction immediately on that. Thank you for coming by today. Ted Williams, thanks. We'll talk again.
Good pleasure.